In Jerusalem, a vigil to remember lives lost and those still hanging in the balance. 6 months after Hamas attacked Israel, around 100 hostages are still believed to be alive. Ziv Aboud survived the attack, but her boyfriend Elia Cohen remains a hostage. I feel terrible, she says, and I'm doing everything I can to get my boyfriend back. The repercussions of the October 7th attack are felt worldwide. In Montreal, members of the Jewish community came together. Raquel Luke lost her son during the attack.
The more the time goes by, it's like it gets a bit deeper, the absence. And it feels in some ways the time has stood still.
In Gaza, there is also mourning. This man has held weekly prayers for those killed in the war. For 6 months, we've come to this hospital to pray, says Islam Abu Izaid. He's lost 36 of his own relatives. Some of the more than 33,000 people Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says have been killed. Israel's response to October 7th, vast, devastating, and increasingly criticized. The United Nations says hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are starving.
The humanitarian costs of this crisis are abominable. We need to see a ceasefire in which Hamas lays down its arms and releases the hostages.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the hostages have to be returned before a ceasefire is possible. News Sunday that some Israeli troops had withdrawn from southern Gaza was met with shock as residents surged back into the city of Khan Yunis. But Israel's military says the pullback is just temporary in a war that appears to be nowhere near its end. Sarah Levitt, CBC News, Montreal.
Rwandans are marking 30 years since the start of that country's genocide, killing about 800,000 people. In Ottawa, a march to remember those killed by Hutu extremists in 1994. In Rwanda's capital, a vigil commemorating the start of the 100-day massacre. Tutsis and moderate Hutus were targeted, as well as those who opposed the genocide.